Story of Tarzan by Basab Ghosh. One day in a high tree house, Kala the ape found an odd-looking baby. The baby had no fur on its body. His parents had been killed by the leopard called Saber. He was the same leopard who had recently taken Kala's own baby. Kala could see that the little boy she had just found needed to be taken care of, so she decided that she would take care of the baby. Kala would be the boy's mother. She would raise him herself. Kala took the baby to her family group. There, Kerchak, the leader, did not like the idea of raising a human child among the apes. He ordered Kala to take the boy back. Kerchak was afraid that when the boy would grow, he might become a threat to his family. After Kala pleaded with Kerchak and told him that the boy needed her, Kerchak agreed. Kala named the boy Tarzan. The boy was growing up quickly. He was strong and curious about everything, as little children are. Young Tarzan loved to mimic the jungle animals. He also came up with his unique sound, the Tarzan yell. Tarzan made a lot of friends. His best friend was a female ape called Tur. One day, she dared Tarzan to pull a hair from an elephant. As Tarzan was approaching the elephant's herd, a young elephant mistook Tarzan for a piranha. Tarzan scared off all the elephants and made a huge mess. The frightened elephants ran through the gorillas' feeding grounds. Crushing all their food, they almost crushed a baby gorilla too. When Kerchak found out about this and that Tarzan was the reason behind it, he got furious. This made Tarzan very sad. Kala realized that Tarzan was hurt. She went to him and she told him that Kerchak just could not see that inside all their hearts are the same. Tarzan was determined to be accepted as one of them. He told Kala that he will make Kerchak see that he was one of them and said, "I'll be the best ape ever." Over the years, Tarzan had worked hard. He had learned many different skills from all the animals in the jungle. He had practiced and had become strong. One day, when Saber the leopard attacked the gorillas, Tarzan chased it and he killed the leopard. Tarzan had saved Kerchak and the entire family from the evil leopard. The gorillas were just recovering from the shock of all this when they heard gunshots. They ran into hiding in the jungle, but Tarzan decided to find out what was happening. He followed the sound and finally he came to a clear patch. He was amazed at what he saw. Under the tree, there were creatures that looked just like him. Tarzan kept his distance and noticed them from treetops. One of them was a girl in a yellow dress. He saw her upset a group of baboons. Then the baboons started chasing her. Tarzan swung through the trees and saved her. He was curious about these creatures. They looked just like him and yet somehow were very different. He held his hand up against her and studied her, but he still did not understand. The girl was amazed to see Tarzan. She told her her name was Jane Patton. She and her father had gone to this deep forest to study apes. Jane was very curious to know the wild man in the story. When Tarzan returned to the gorillas, Kerchak asked Tarzan to stay away from the humans. Tarzan told Kerchak that the humans were not there to hurt them. But Kerchak heard none of that. Jane was telling her father and the hunter Clayton all about Tarzan when suddenly Tarzan dropped into the middle of the human camp. Clayton was a greedy man. When he saw Tarzan, he started to hatch an evil plan. Jane's father told him that Tarzan could go back to England with them to the human world. Jane even offered some clothes that would make him look normal. Tarzan told Kala about the invitation. Then Kala sadly told Tarzan about his real parents and how they died. Tarzan hugged her and told her that no matter where he went, Kala would always be his mother. After that, he found Jane and told her that he was going with them. On board, Clayton revealed his evil plans. He was going to capture all the apes and sell them to the highest payer. Clayton told him that he had already tied Jane and her father and thrown them in a cell. Tarzan knew he would soon be sent to the same cell. He let out a loud cry of despair. Back in the jungle, his friends heard Tarzan's cry. They knew Tarzan was in trouble. Tantor and Turk managed to get to the ship and helped Tarzan escape. Tarzan and his friends raced back to the jungle to warn the gorillas. Clayton had turned his ship around and was coming for all of them. Soon he landed and came searching for Tarzan and the apes. On finding him, he aimed his gun at Tarzan. Before he knew it, Clayton had taken the shot but he missed. Kerchak was hit instead of Tarzan. Tarzan quickly grabbed the gun and smashed it into a tree, breaking it. The two men started to fight, climbing trees and slid down them. Clayton slipped and fell to his death. Soon after that, Tarzan ran to the dying Kerchak. Kerchak asked for forgiveness and called him his son. When those were his last words, Tarzan realized that the jungle was his home. The jungle was where he belonged. He decided to stay with his family. He was needed here. He told Jane and her father that he had changed his mind about living with them. So Jane and her father said their goodbyes to Tarzan and started rowing away. Upon leaving, Jane realized that she could not go back either. She quickly jumped out of the boat and ran to Tarzan. Tarzan and Jane built a tree house together in the jungle. There they lived along with the gorillas, happily ever after.